episode 73. I am one of your hosts, Kombat X, and hi for those watching on YouTube. That little man over there on the green couch is he's a big man. He's a full-blown adult. That's Ryan Tixon.
Hey, how's it going? I got a green couch.
I love your green couch.
I'm an adult. It's kind of dirty right now. The kid keeps spilling things on it.
Spitting up on it.
Real talk.
There's a doggy. There's Charlie.
Yeah, you can see Charlie and all of her Charlie-ness.
YouTube.com/fewbits podcast or a few bits.
Yeah, a few bits podcast.
Okay.
You don't even know.
I'm sorry.
You don't even know.
I'm sorry. We got a few.
God.
But it's twitch.tv/fewbits.
Yes.
See, we should just have one consistent.
Well, I would, but someone owns a few bits on YouTube. So we had to pick something else.
Okay, that's gonna be permanently placed in my headspace forever and ever.
I think you're the one that actually signed up for that page. Because whenever it wants to go to like default real names, it says Cole Tixon.
Well,
so apparently
it knows it what
apparently
it
didn't make that big of an impact on your life when you made it.
We've been doing this for a while now, right?
Oh shit! Actually,
is it a bit-anniversary?
It might. Yeah, it might be actually.
Like how many years we've been doing this? 3 or 4?
Since 2011. So this would be 4.
Wow. And we're on episode 73. At this pace, I figured out we'll get to 100 by like a little over 2 years from now.
It'll be great.
We're gonna have special guests.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have giveaways. Coolio, he already committed.
Yeah.
Coolio will be here.
Well, it's our old friend from 4 years ago, Jacob Gleason's birthday today.
Yes.
So,
if you're listening out there, Jacob,
birthday.
wherever the hell you are, happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah, but we started in April in 2011.
Wow.
And now it's 2015.
It could be today for all we know.
It could be. I don't remember.
We need to look up when.
I have the internet. I'm half tempted to.
Episode 1. First of all, it sounded like.
We've come a long way. Absolutely
horrible. It sounded like we recorded on like one of those talk boys from Home Alone 2, and just like literally like threw the cassette at a laptop, and the sound that it made as it hit the internal mic on the laptop, that's what we posted to the internet.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. I can't even remember. We used to record like through Skype.
Yeah. We still do from time to time.
Yeah, but we used to like record with like crappy like either just our like mics built into our laptops or whatever microphone we could find. We didn't really have actual microphones.
Look at us now, Ryan.
Look at us now. I have a mixer.
We're in a new studio. We moved outside of Ryan's office that's right over there. We're now in the main
in the cabin,
main basement of the cabin. You can see can they see the antelope head?
There's an antelope head over
above
there
my left shoulder.
I don't know if it comes across in the video, but that is a print of a deer. There is another print that you kind of see the corner of. Also deer over there. There's some wood duck decoys over there,
and they may be made out of wood. Yeah, this is a very manly basement.
That's right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I love your green couch.
Thanks.
So, what's going on besides your green couch?
Not a whole lot. I'm just pulling up now. April 10th, 2011.
Okay, so a couple weeks ago.
Today
is the 24th.
So yeah.
So we are 4 years and 2 weeks old.
Wow, that's something.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out with us this whole time. If you've hung out with us,
if you've listened from the beginning, you've heard some of our little life stories. And
yeah, it's been quite a trip.
We're
I didn't even.
You're in your
really
30s now.
Yeah, I'm a dad in my 30s now.
I am in the late 20s here now. A bit of news.
Yeah.
I got engaged.
Oh, that's correct. That is right. Congratulations.
Thank you. I got engaged since we last recorded to my lovely fiance Meredith.
She's been on the show.
She has. I don't know what episode she's been on, but she's been on a couple, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did it
How do you explain to everyone how you did it and how they can listen?
Yeah, you can actually. It's out there in the world on the internet. Not on this show, but it is on a different podcast that I would assume that there would be some overlap between those that would listen to this show and those that would listen to the show that it got recorded on.
Sure.
Which is My Brother and Me, MBMBaM.
Yeah.
They had a couple weeks back, or a few weeks back at this point, they had a Midwest tour. So they had a stop in Minneapolis, Milwaukee, and Chicago. We live in the Chicagoland area. I didn't actually go to the Chicago one. It sold out right away. We went to Milwaukee. The day I ordered her ring, funny thing is the day that I bought the tickets to the show, because I've just been kind of like, I don't know why, I'm holding an Xbox One controller.
Still holding it.
It feels comfortable for me.
It's like a little kid with a binky.
Yeah, it's my little binky. I'm putting in Mortal Kombat combos and shit right now. Yeah, the day that I ordered the tickets to see MBMBaM in Milwaukee, I joked with her because she's kind of
sure.
We've been living together for over a year. We've been dating now.
It's been over a year now. I know it was like last spring.
Well, yeah,
spring summer.
I guess
like May.
We bought a house last summer, so I guess we haven't been officially living together for a year. But we've been. I mean, pretty much. If I wasn't at her apartment, she was staying at the parents' house, and we were. We've been kind of living together
more or less
at this point. Yeah, just out of bags, and now we don't have any bags. We have little dressers at this point. A room, yes, that we coexist in. So going back to the tickets, the day I bought the tickets, I joked with her. There's like, I'll just propose to you there. And she was like,
it's normal.
Don't tell me. I'm like, come on, that's not. I'm just kidding. That's not gonna happen. Yeah. And lo and behold, I emailed the MBMBaM guys the day that I ordered her ring, and 2 weeks later. At that point, I hadn't heard anything. I figured, okay, I'll just do like a nature walk or
do something nice.
Private and like like something nice and quiet.
Something normal.
Yeah, something normal.
I guess at least something boring and normal.
Yeah, something boring and normal. And the opposite of that actually happened because it was funny enough. It was the day that the ring was actually ready for me to pick up that I got an email back, and it was from Travis, who is one of the hosts, McElroy brothers, or Griffin and Justin. They write for Polygon, so there's
video game
journalists. Yeah, before that they were at Joystick. So, guys that have kind of just gone off, and that's one of their little side projects they work on. It's a comedy show, so
we like it. It's funny.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, obviously because I wanted to ask my girlfriend in front of it. So, I heard back from him the day that the ring was ready, and I actually read the email. Me and Meredith we worked together, so we just gotten back from lunch, and I read it on my phone in the car.
Oh God!
And my heart was racing.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I turned red.
It's like, what do you do?
Oh my God! The feelings that were going through me, I had not felt before. It was just,
sure.
I'm a pretty laid back kind of guy. Adrenaline isn't really. I'm not exactly an adrenaline junkie, Ryan. I'm not
no. We have GoPros, but we don't do anything cool with them.
Yeah, we record podcasts with them.
As fast as we go.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna be in a hot air balloon next week. I'm gonna take one up. But I'm just gonna. That's not anything. I'm just gonna be gliding through the air. But that's a completely different story. I read the email. Totally got flustered. She didn't. If she knew about it, she did a really good job of pretending that she didn't, and I'm about 150% sure that she had no idea what was happening.
Didn't she say like a day or two before, like, when are you gonna have time to get a ring?
Yeah,
we're always together.
Yeah. She was just like, she actually told me, she was like, just lie to me, like tell me you're gonna go record a podcast with Ryan, and then just go to the jeweler and get it. I'm like, okay, honey. I'm like thinking in my head, like I'm like, yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna go do that. And obviously at that time I actually had it.
You already
in
did
hand,
it.
So we were ready to go. So yeah, Travis got back to me and said that they were down for it, which I was completely thrown off by, and like totally, obviously blown away by. So the night of the show, he emailed me and said, we'll do it. We're gonna take questions from the audience. You can stand up, raise your hand. I'll call you up.
Did you send them like a photo of you?
I did. Yeah,
okay.
I sent them a photo of myself and Meredith. I actually, when we got to the show, I told Meredith, I think I actually did have to pee-pee, but I went to the bathroom and I emailed him where I was sitting.
Ah.
I don't know if he got it. I have no idea, but he did find me relatively quickly, so maybe he did actually
Who
get
knows?
it. He never replied, but whatever. He found me, so that's all that matters. So yeah, they did their show. I had to sit through
Oh, Jesus.
about an hour and a half. So they have two separate podcasts. Justin does one with his wife. It's a medical history show. His wife's a doctor, so it's a funny comedy history kind of show. It's called Sawbones. And after that's about a half-hour show. After that, MBMBaM's about an hour, and of course, this segment where they took questions was at the very end of the episode. So it's actually about, and maybe we can post in the show notes the link if you want to listen to the.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. It's out there in the world too, as well. Like
probably if you just search like Milwaukee, my brother and me proposal or something, maybe that one will come up.
It's out there. Someone randomly recorded it and posted it on YouTube. There was actually, my buddy was there as well, and a work friend of mine was there as well. So they all recorded it, which was kind of fun.
Have recordings somewhere.
Yeah,
that's cool.
The memory is out there. It's saved forever. So I mean, when it came time to take questions, I think one person went before me, and then I'm like, okay, here we go. So I just stood up, raised my hand. Travis did find me right away. He pointed me out. I was like, yeah, you. And I guess they made fun of me because I took like an awkward way to get the microphone. So that's great. They can add their comedy portion to it. So the way it was set up.
There's a bunch of people in your way.
Oh my God. There was 600 people there, which, isn't, well, it's a lot of people for me to get up and talk in front of.
Yeah.
So the brothers were on the main stage in front of us, and they actually set up the microphone in the middle of the aisle. So there was like, a group. So
you have to like walk around 300 people.
Right. And we were at the very end. We weren't towards the middle of the aisle. We were at the window seat and not the aisle seat. So instead of trying to get through about 20 people to get to the middle, I decided to go around, and they make fun of me, and that's all good. It's all
good and fun.
It's all good and fun. And I got up there, and I'm sure I've listened to it I don't know how many times, because I'm like, each time I listen to it, I'm like, all right, I sound like a complete joker this time.
You're fine.
I'm completely
It was fine.
nervous. And then I listen to it again, I'm like, it wasn't that bad. Like, it came across okay. I mean, you could definitely tell the inflection of my voice was definitely changing. I mean, obviously, I was nervous about being on the show, and I was obviously scared shitless about. I mean, I knew she was going to say yes.
Yeah.
But still, it's such a major moment that, like, to do it there and then was crazy, and I just listened to it to see what I said. I don't even remember really what I was saying.
I didn't have anything like prepared or anything.
When the show, so I didn't listen to the show at all. Like, I knew the show was hilarious and I was laughing.
Yeah.
But I didn't like really pay attention to what was going on. For the most part, like, I actually forced myself to laugh a couple times because I'm like, she's gonna think what I heard what they said, that was fucking hilarious. I'm gonna laugh now just because I was just like so freaked out by it. So they got up there, and Meredith actually thought I was gonna ask a question about, because our dog Zucchini is eating poop. She thought I was gonna ask a question about what do we do because our dog eats poop, which is silly. And then it's a question I would never ask them.
Yeah.
But it's silly and could go with their show. I just phrase it in the way that, I mean, if you look up their show, you can listen to the whole thing, but phrase it in a way like, I had a question in regards to my girlfriend, and then Travis asked if she was there, and of course she is, so they called her up. And then I kind of framed it as like, I have something major to tell her. And of course, Justin at that moment was like, "Oh, what's that call?" He's like had a couple of drinks. I don't know how many times he said my name. It was so funny. He's just like, what'd you cook up, Cole? What do you got? We're gonna do this private. We're not don't mumble this out." Like it's just like completely razzing me on as I'm taking a knee, and I said some mushy stuff. I love you and all that stuff, and my favorite part actually of the whole thing was when I gave her the ring. She literally, I put it on her finger, and then she snatched the microphone out of my hand and just goes, "Yes!" Like when I asked her, "Will you marry me?" Yeah. So she like yells in the microphone. So that was like really funny, and obviously the crowd was cheering, and it was fun to go back and listen to it because I couldn't hear what the brothers were talking about as I was doing it. So it was cool. It was a cool experience. She was happy with it. I was a little nervous that she wouldn't be into it, but she had fun with it. So and we're all set, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, that sounds crazy. Congrats.
That's my tale.
Thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and she said she had no idea. She was completely caught off guard. Like someone bought us, like on our way out, someone just handed us shots. Like everyone was all pumped up. And funny enough, like if you listen to the actual show, right after I propose, they're like, "Okay, who's gonna follow that up?" And a dude fucking walks up the microphone. And he's like, "I had the same question Cole had."
Oh,
and he brings up his girlfriend and proposes
same
as
thing.
well. So I was actually really glad.
It's a night of love.
I was really glad I got to go first because
it would have been weird.
It would have been weird.
For sure.
I probably wouldn't have gone if he would have gone first. But yeah, that's my story. Exciting stuff for me. Life-changing stuff. So another milestone checked off the board. We're starting to plan. We actually are going on our first venue visit this weekend.
Oh, geez.
I know.
Do you feel like I felt like after I did it, that's like the first question is like, when? What's the wedding?
When's it? And I got this all planned out, right? Down to every detail.
I always felt like, fuck, I just like went through all this shit.
I know.
did all this stuff, and no one is happy about that. They're all just happy about trying to figure out the wedding.
I mean, they're happy, and everyone's happy, and like, but I'm like, that was so hard to do, like to plan it out, to hide getting the ring, to like, plan out when I was gonna get it, and okay, it wasn't that hard emailing the guys, but
I mean, it's not an easy thing to like do all this stuff.
No, and to keep it a secret too. Like I did, we work together. So like I said,
we work and live together.
We work and live together, so we're always together, which is not a bad thing because she's the love of my life and all that fun stuff. But it's bad in the way that like if I did not work with her, I could easily just sneak off at lunchtime and take care of some stuff.
Sure.
But I had to wait till she was like in a business meeting, like out of town, and just it made things harder. And then I told some work people, and I'm like, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that because I wonder if they're gonna like spoil it and tell her, or if somehow that's gonna get leaked out. And
leaks.
Yeah.
Hot exclusive leaks.
Yeah, my boss is actually a huge podcast fan. He knows the show, so I had to tell him right away. Like he was super excited too. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it turned out well. I can't be happier.
Great. Did it?
If you like it, you should have put a ring on it. Right?
Should put a ring on it.
I don't have a ring yet, but I'll get there.
You'll get there. Awesome.
Cool. Yeah. So video games.
When I was
video games.
I was thinking about when we first started the show, and at the beginning of your story, I was like typing away. I don't know if you saw what I was looking up.
No, I didn't see.
I was looking up when the last Mortal Kombat came out, and I thought it was like April 2011,
Oh.
and it was.
Oh.
So here we are 4 years later.
That doesn't feel like it was that long ago.
And we're going to talk about Mortal Kombat again, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely. I have not played I haven't went out of my way to purchase and play a fighting game in quite a while. Like, you're a huge fighting game fan, and when we're together, we sometimes will screw around with them. But yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just the marketing hype. Like, they marketed the shit out of that game.
Mm-hmm.
It was everywhere, and I don't know, maybe that put me in the mood. Maybe I was just ready to try another one. But purchased, yeah, we got Mortal Kombat. We're playing that a little bit right now.
Yeah.
We played last weekend for quite a bit.
Yeah, probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours probably.
I wish we could stream some of that. I mean...
you got to buy some gear at your house.
Yeah, no.
Got to get some your house gear.
I just bought a ring, Ryan.
And you bought a new computer.
Yeah, I know.
Now you just need some gear with that new computer.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Sounds good.
Can we go to, like, Goodwill?
No.
Okay. Well, then we'll have to think of something. But yeah, I'm having fun with it so far. I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah, I think it's great. You know, I think it still definitely feels like Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like Mortal Kombat 9. It feels less like Injustice, where it's just kind of like dial a combo, back to block. You know, there's none of that stuff in it. There's still block buttons. The big change between this one and 9 is that there's a run in this one, and there's like a stamina meter, which wasn't in 9. So that kind of brings back like Mortal Kombat, I think 3 had run in it for the first time.
Man.
I'm more of a Street Fighter guy than a Mortal Kombat guy. So I don't know my MK history as well as some other games. But yeah, no, I think it feels really good. I think you know, there's a lot of new characters in this game,
mm-hmm.
Compared to some of the other ones.
A lot of the older characters, kids.
Yeah, so like a lot of like new generation, new class.
Saved by the Bell, new class.
Yeah, it's got a lot of that. But I think those characters, even like the characters based off other characters, like a Cassie Cage or a Kung Jin, they might have some similar moves, but they still definitely feel like their own characters.
Sure.
And even like the other, I'm trying to think of like other characters that are in that game that are new.
There's Devora.
Yeah, sure, that's a good example. You know,
she feels completely different.
Yeah, she feels really different, and I think it's a good different. I don't feel like she doesn't feel out of place or anything. Like, there's so many like fighting games where, I don't know, let's say like a Seth in like a Street Fighter, like just feels like very, or yeah, I think Seth's probably a good example.
You mean more cloney or what?
No, just kind of like a little like, yeah, cloney kind of, just the similar moves but maybe like amped up. You know, taking bits and pieces from other characters and trying to like make something new, or something that kind of just doesn't fit in the space. And I think those new Mortal Kombat characters still fit within that Mortal Kombat space.
What's the name of the big guy and the little guy? Tora or something?
Tora, and yeah, I think Tora's the big guy, and like Farah or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
There's a lot of new characters.
There's a lot of new characters in the game. There's a lot of characters missing. There's a lot of like, there's no cyborgs. There's no like Cyrax. Or
Smoke. You can't play a Smoke. Right?
No, there's no Smoke in the game. There's some characters that are specifically in the story, but they're not actually real characters that are playable characters in the game.
And Melina.
Yeah.
Or no, no,
not Melina.
Sindel. I was thinking
Sindel. Yeah. But I think it feels really good. I like that they, you know, a new big thing to this one is, instead of just the core, like, you know, running and stuff like that, is each character has 3 different variations.
Yeah.
For example, like there's Scorpion has kind of like a Hellfire version of him.
Yeah.
Where he can like summon demons up from the ground that can grab you, or do specific like fire moves.
Yeah.
There's like a ninja version of him, so he uses his like weapons more. You know, things kind of like that. So you can kind of find your own specific like play style with those characters.
Like a good tactic too is to maybe even based on if you know your opponent, you know the character they like to pick, you can pick the variation that's like, okay, this is good for like spacing, or this is good for close up combat, or you know what I'm saying, like like for Scorpion, like his Hellfire variation, that's good for playing distance because he can like summon fire from long distance, or he can shoot a fireball. But maybe like the ninja variation might be close or better for close combat. And you can kind of, if you know your opponent, you can kind of match up with them based on you know,
you
their
can
likes and learn how to play the game even further.
Yeah, different. I could see it in like a tournament scene or something more specific, like a lot of like blind picks and stuff like that, meaning that you have to pick what variation, what character you're gonna play before the other guy picks, so there's not a ton of counter picking happening.
Who you got?
Yeah, so I think it's a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun with it. It feels good just to have like a good like fighting game, on like new generation of consoles. I think Killer Instinct was really good. I kind of lost interest in it since it's so free to play and it's so like season based. And like, you know, new characters kind of slowly coming out. I kind of just like everything at once, or at least a big chunk. There's obviously DLC with this and stuff like that.
There's gonna be Jason, Ryan.
Jason's gonna be in it,
and Predator.
Sure, Jason and Predator are gonna be in it. But you know, like a lot of those,
a lot of fun.
A lot of times, like
Hi, Charlie.
A more competitive, I guess, scene where I come from. A lot of those DLC characters typically don't get used a ton. I'm trying to think of like a good example.
Freddy, did he get used?
No, not really.
You're trying to think about
a good example of like a DLC character that gets used often in
Yoda.
No, not Yoda and Soul Calibur. But like anyway, like typically, unless like something's
what
like
about Spawn?
Spawn, it didn't get
Never
used.
Get
really.
used.
Yeah, no.
I'm just.
I don't really know my Soul Calibur 2
throwing
era.
shit at the wall, Ryan. Seeing what sticks.
The only thing that I can think of is like Yang and Young, or like someone really overpowered. Like when the arcade edition of Street Fighter came out, they were kind of broken and overpowered, so a lot of people gravitated towards them. But beyond that, like typically those like DLC characters don't really get used too much, like in a competitive scene. People like tend to like stick with kind of the characters they pick up early.
I stick with what I know,
and then try to master that and figure that out.
I think Predator fits that world pretty well.
Predator fits that world pretty good. Jason, you know, he's cool too.
Yeah,
just a dude with a big, machete, run around.
Yeah, I don't think he fits as well as Predator. Like I can see a more complex moveset with Predator just because he has so much like shit on him that he can use.
Jason mechanics and stuff like that.
Yeah, Jason just has, you know, his brute strength and his machete.
He's just a dude with a machete.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. That doesn't die. So
it just doesn't
how you beat him in Mortal Kombat, I don't know.
It should be interesting to see the fatalities and stuff that those guys have.
He is immortal, right?
Fatalities are super brutal in this game.
I wish there was some special fatality where you could just like drown him in a lake.
Maybe we haven't seen it yet. I don't know. Who's to say?
Some special combination. You just get like a dock and you drown him.
Yeah, the fatalities in this game are like really gnarly.
They're brutal.
They're taking, advantage of the current generation of consoles.
They're really brutal. Why haven't we put together our compilation of every fatality like everyone else is doing on the internet, right?
I don't know, because we don't like clicks, apparently. That's why.
we don't like our name getting out there.
Yeah. I don't have the time.
To do every fatality.
Lifetime I could do it. I just don't have time to edit a video together and figure it all out.
You just like Microsoft Paint it,
Sure. That's what I do here.
Throw it on there.
Just Microsoft Paint.
Copy, paste, cut, crop, fatalities.
Speaking of brutalities are also back, so that's cool.
I still don't really understand how to do that. You're saying when you end a match, you have to end it in a certain combination. Is that what you're?
Yeah.
Well,
so
we were talking about this earlier.
for example, and like every character is different. They have different brutalities.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar. It's like, do you know how like friendships or babalities or any of that stuff worked in the past? Or like
there's the animal one too.
No, I'm saying, do you know how to like execute those? Like,
fuck no.
Some of them, like, it was like, don't use like low kick throughout the whole match, or some of it's like specific stuff like that.
I wasn't cool enough.
So that stuff is kind of back. Like an example is if you throw spit for reptile X amount of times, and then you end the game with spit, it's a brutality, and his like face just melts. It doesn't actually go into like the finish him fatality animation. It just you throw spit and it happens.
I gotta try that.
Yeah. So there's like each character has very specific like things that you have to do to accomplish those.
I need to see someone's face get melted off.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, they're brutal though. Most of them end up with organs just everywhere, and
faces getting cut off, or just literally split in half, or
limbs ripped, and just
nothing's off the table.
No.
It's kind of like
those X-rays are brutal as well.
Yeah,
during the match.
I mean, they're like what a fatality used to be, at some point.
If you go back and you watch, find there's a million of them, those YouTube videos of the old fatalities. You really had to use your imagination way back in the day.
Oh yeah, like when people like explode and 14 rib cages and 12 skulls like fall out.
Like a whole rotisserie chicken comes flying out of them.
Yeah,
yeah. Looks like the health from Aladdin on Super Nintendo just comes flying out of their body. And I was watching like Baraka's his one where he picks up the person and like shakes them around, and then they just fall onto his little stabby claws.
Yeah,
it just looks like they just slide on down, and I don't know, it just looks so cheap. But back then that was like so brutal. Like there was nothing like that.
Sure.
I mean, that's what made Mortal Kombat, and what that's why it's still around today, is just because it was so different than what anyone else was doing, and it was like it had that that naughty don't tell mom feel to it, that made it so much more appealing than than some other games, and the fact that they could take that kind of gimmicky feel and actually turn it into a decent game. I mean, it's a good game now. That's why it's getting respect, and it's like at Evo, and it's at all those different fighting tournaments, and people actually really enjoy playing it. I haven't gotten really too far into. Have you been playing the story mode at all?
I haven't touched it.
I started it. It's like one so far. I haven't gotten very far into it. It's like one cinematic clip after another that just like leads into different fights, from what I can tell so far. Maybe it changes. I don't know, but it's okay. It feels kind of weird that they try to humanize in a way, the characters that you may have just like ripped their faces off 2 minutes prior. Just feels kind of strange, and the voice acting I don't think is the greatest. It's not very spot on there.
It's Mortal Kombat.
I do enjoy though, and this game does it more than any other. What?
Still the Xbox controller.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hold this the whole way through. Building up that kind of it does a good job with the cinematics of building up the fight. Like they talk to each other, like even at the select screen, and like like they did that with DC as well, right? Where
Injustice.
you kind of just Injustice,
yeah, where each matchup, like the beginning of it, it's after it's like right before the fight starts.
Yeah,
they have very specific, unique dialogue between the two characters.
I think that's fun. Like I think that kind of instead of just saying fight, we don't know why the fuck they're fighting. Fight. They have some
like the
sort
same,
of hate for each other.
Candid, like specific thing that you always
right,
say.
Right.
It's unique, to whoever.
For Soul Calibur, it's like so weird. The flower grows on the north side of my hate. Like something like that.
I miss.
And you
Soul
know
Calibur.
I'm not too far off.
I miss Soul Calibur.
You're laughing. You're not laughing on the outside, but you're laughing on the inside.
Oh, I'm laughing. I miss Soul Calibur.
I didn't hear you laugh. No one. We're recording this, Ryan. No one heard you laughing.
It was a silent laugh.
So yeah, I enjoy that piece of it because I think it kind of builds the fight up to something.
Yeah.
And kind of gives you a reason to, I'm this person.
I'm ready to kick you hard.
They're against my clan, so I'm gonna cut the face off.
Sure.
Let's do this.
Have you dug into any of the faction stuff?
No. I've been playing mostly online.
Well, that includes like the faction.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. Well, a little bit because you get like faction battles or whatever.
You pick like a faction that you want to be with. And then you get
I'll
faction
be honest,
points.
I didn't know what you were talking about for a second there. But now I'm with you.
It's kind of interesting. Like, I don't know.
I don't really understand like each group. Like I didn't know if I had to use certain characters with each faction.
You can use whatever characters you want.
So what is really the point of the faction?
That you're part of the specific faction. You're just part of that group.
So it doesn't matter which one I pick. Like
which faction you pick or which group or which character you pick?
No, which faction?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Whatever faction you pick, that's the faction you're part of.
Okay.
And then you can get faction kills.
Do you understand my confusion here? Because there's no real incentive for me to pick one or the other. There's no real like.
Well, it's just what
draw.
Team. It doesn't matter what team you pick if you want to root for the
so
Bears
like the Chicago
or if you
Bulls.
want to root for the Packers. I'm just picking because you're wearing a Packers hoodie right now.
I realize if you look back at all of our YouTube videos, I'm probably wearing some sort of Green Bay Packers gear in each of them.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what faction you pick. You can pick whatever one you feel like picking.
Yeah.
But you know,
I don't even remember which one I picked.
I think you picked the same one I did.
Whoa!
Which is like the Sub-Zero faction.
The Lin Kuei.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. That sounds right.
It sounds like I didn't make it up.
There's like Lin Kuei. There's like White Lotus. There's
there's
Special Ops.
Brutal Brutes.
There's
Brutal
Black
Brutes.
Dragon.
There's the Death Strikes. There's the Flaming Flamingos. There's the Shrine of the Silver Monkey.
The Blue Barracudas.
The Blue Barracudas. Let's rock.
You know, it's just another way for you.
Right, I missed that show.
This was a good legend.
That show should come back.
Yeah, sure.
If that came back, question: would you watch Nickelodeon to watch it?
I guess I would watch an episode or two, I suppose.
Okay.
I think.
What would you prefer to come? Oh, I'm sorry, I interrupted.
I would watch it more if Jackson would watch it.
Nice. Using the kid excuse, even though I know you really want to watch it for yourself. Question for you, very important.
Yeah.
Would you prefer Legend of the Hidden Temple? Okay, I'll give you 3 choices. You tell me which one you want to come back the most.
All right.
Legends of the Hidden Temple, Double Dare, or Guts. Not Global Guts, because fuck that. Regular old Guts.
Not
do you
Guts.
have it? Not Guts.
Guts is out.
Oh, man. Okay.
Would you have picked Guts? Is Guts your pick?
I wanted a piece of that glowing rock. I wanted a
Aggro
piece.
Crag?
That aggro crag.
I think.
Then there's the super aggro crag. Just like shot shit at you everywhere. Like glitter in your eyeballs. You wanted those what are the shitty shoes that they'd get rid of like every time?
The moon jumper? Or the BK Nice?
Yeah.
Nice?
Yes. Yes. Your pair of Skechers or whatever you want. Okay, go ahead, Ryan.
I think Double Dare?
You would want Double Dare. You want to pick through the nose and find the flag that was never up there. They lied about that shit because, like, there wasn't that much room up in that face to find that flag. So,
when I think of like 90s Nickelodeon game shows, I think that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Double Dare.
It's like Double Dare, Mark Summers, and the like dun 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 dun, like the music as they're like running through the thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Double Dare. Is that the right answer? Is there a right answer?
I don't know if that's the right answer.
I mean, but I don't watch like old Nickelodeon shows now. Like, I don't know if I would.
I might.
Well, like one of the channels, like one of the Nickelodeon owned channels runs like.
I haven't watched Nickelodeon in a very long time.
Every night they run like.
I'm sure it would frighten me at this point.
They run a block of like, like Snick.
Yeah.
Like every night.
Ren and Stimpy.
Like I think it changes a little bit what they run.
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
But like all that's on there, and like probably some
Pete?
Ren and Stimpy, maybe some Pete and Pete. It's like the 90s where all that
Salute Your
is
Shorts?
like the name of the block.
Hey Dude.
It starts at like 11 or 12 at night.
Okay.
I'm just saying I don't watch that.
I'm free tonight.
I'm just saying I don't watch that now, so I don't know if I would watch new stuff anyway. Or like Girl Meets World. I haven't watched an episode of that.
I actually watched the first 15 minutes of the first episode.
And what do you think?
Who doggy?
Wasn't good?
Feeling it. Because it felt so like, felt so now.
I don't remember how this glass ended up on the floor, but I'm playing with it now with my foot. It's kind of weird.
Footy glass. I'm like, wait for you to step on it.
Gonna...
Remember, as a child, I did step on a glass. You were there as I was getting off my bed. We're reminiscing. I'm talking about Nickelodeon and back to me stepping on the glass. I
remember this.
I crashed it. I crunched it with my foot. And I look at my foot. And my foot, here, I'll do it for you guys that's watching the YouTube video. I look at my foot, it's like, it's fine. And then all of a sudden, blah, 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 the fucking blood comes pouring out. It's like a delayed response. And I'm just like, oh my God, things aren't fine. Things are wrong.
I think you literally said, I'm okay. Everything's okay. Oh my God.
It just starts pouring out. I literally had to take chunks of glass out of my foot. That was a fun day.
There's just like a moment of, it was a moment of nothing, and then all of a sudden, all the blood caught up.
Oh no! Oh no! You may have helped me.
I think I did. I probably did.
What a good big brother.
That's me. We were probably playing something. I don't know. Playing some sort of.
My guess is F-Zero X for the Nintendo 64.
I actually like that game. I like the battle mode. It's probably my favorite.
It's good. You do a little spinny thing.
You do the spin, knock guys out.
Yeah, or you were probably like playing Mischief Makers, and I was bored.
I fucking love Mischief Makers.
The game sucks.
Shake, shake.
Fuck that game.
Shake, shake.
So yeah, apparently we haven't played much of Mortal Kombat.
I wish I played more. We played like we did play like a good like 2 hours. Maybe even more than that. We played a lot
online.
It was just like you and me picking random players.
That was fun.
And just having fun with the game. Just trying to kind of learn it and try to. Also, when it's like a bunch of new characters, I always have like character crisis like at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who I want to play.
Right.
In Mortal Kombat 9, I played a lot of Cyrax. There's no Cyrax now, so I don't know what the hell to do.
What was the other one? What was the red one? What was his name?
Sector.
Sector. Yes.
Man, Mortal Kombat trivia I don't think would be good with me.
Goro, he has more than 2 arms.
You're not wrong. He does have more than 2 arms.
I think he has 4.
He has 4. You're right.
Not 3.
No, that'd be weird.
He just has like one coming out of his tummy. It's my petting hand. Wait, Goro, you're creepy.
So yeah, random having fun is a good way to kind of find. I think I'm sticking with Kun Jin is kind of a guy I've gravitated towards because
I am afraid of change, so I'm sticking with Scorpion.
That's fine. I played Green Arrow in Injustice, and Kun Jin also has a bow. And some of his moves are kind of similar.
Well, we're surrounded by dead animals, so bow and arrow might make sense for you.
Yeah, totally. So, that's why I've kind of gravitated towards him first. I think what's the?
Don't ask me questions.
The other guy with like starts with a T, that has the
Takeda.
Yeah, the Omega Red kind of whip hand.
I want to learn him.
I think he has some interesting potential too.
I want to try him, and I want to try Aaron Blackmore.
Aaron Black's cool. He's a new character.
He's like a gunslinging cowboy kind of guy.
The dude that won the first Fatal 8
Happy Fox, whatever the fuck his name is.
Mortal Kombat. Played Aaron Black.
What is his name?
Sonic Fox.
Sonic Fox.
Happy Fox is a better name.
He should have went with Happy Fox.
Happy Fox.
I actually watched that stream.
Yeah, it was a good stream. It was fun.
It was a good stream.
It's good to see some more
steady stream.
Esportsy stuff coming to fighting games.
Coming to a computer screen near you.
There was the Red Bull event a couple weeks ago. The Kumite. It was in France. But it was
that's a place.
It was super esports, especially for fighting games. I think, Sony with the PlayStation 4 and all the support for Street Fighter 5, they want to do the Capcom Cup next year for $500,000.
Try saying that 5 times fast.
Capcom Cup.
Don't try
it. So yeah, it's fighting games are kind of getting a little more esportsy than they have in the past. Not that we've seen a decline in community run events or anything like that, but some of these more higher profile events have been coming up, and I think it's awesome. It's great. For a lot of these guys that have put all this time and effort into fighting games and, not getting any money compared to...
Do they all have nubs on their controllers?
It's a first-person shooter thing. Something I enjoy.
I can't see it, but there's...
I'm sure you can see the orange.
There's
Hold it
orange,
up real quick
there's
again.
orange extender nubs that run
you can see the orange.
On his controller.
Those are Control Freak Vortex extensions. I don't know what you would call them. Covers. Analog stick covers.
At a bargain at only $20 per nipple.
No, they're $10 for both of them. You can buy them at your local Best Buy now.
All right.
I don't know. I enjoy using them. I used them for I don't know, 4 years probably now.
The stick feels loose, Ryan. It's broken in.
It's does it feel loose? Because I just thought the Xbox One was just kind of loose.
This is definitely loose.
Because I've been going back from PS4 to Xbox One a lot. And those, just the stock sticks are kind of looser.
This is looser than mine.
Is it? And
noticeably? Keep my sticks tight, Ryan.
I don't want to replace the spring and take that thing apart. Maybe I'll just buy a new one.
That's a problem that I have never encountered.
What?
Contemplating replacing the spring in my controller. Congratulations.
You've never had a loose one, apparently. I have a loose one now. I was trying to play a Master Chief Collection the other day, and now that it actually works. I don't know if you know, but it works now.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if you've played it recently.
Maybe a couple months ago.
But you know what happened was that...
Month or so.
So I'm old. We went over that earlier.
30, right?
You're also old.
Hey.
Compared to a lot of kids that have stuck with it or are getting Master Chief Collection now, no one wants to play if you pick
the Halo 1 maps, no one wants to play those.
Well, no one wants to play the Halo 2 maps either. Everyone wants to play Halo 3.
Fuck that.
When you pick Team Slayer, you know how ask voting for the 3 maps. You can go into specific ones, which I do now.
They're unranked, but
yeah. But let's say you go into Team Slayer. Actually, I think Team Slayer is ranked now. But there'll be a voting section where it's maybe a Halo 2 map, a Halo 3 map, maybe a Halo 2 Anniversary map, or something like that. Yeah. A majority of the times, it is Halo 3. Because it's kids, and this is just a theory of mine.
Goddamn kids.
Well, it's kids that, that game's almost 10 years old at this point. So when, those kids feel nostalgic for that game. In the way we feel nostalgic for Halo 1 and Halo 2. So everyone wants to play Halo 3 now, which is kind of killed me.
Are we all in agreement that Halo 2 is the best Halo?
The best multiplayer Halo? Or just in general?
In general. I think it is.
I think the story isn't as good as I think Halo 1 is a better story.
Okay.
But I think
the Arbiter, the whole splitting the game in half. I don't
like the Arbiter and the ending. There's no ending. It just leaves it at a cliffhanger.
Yeah, whatever. Multiplayer then, yes.
Yes, Halo 2 multiplayer is the best. I really enjoy Halo 4 though. I was playing some Halo 4 again. I like that too. Especially if it looks really good. This is the first time I played on Xbox One because it was actually working.
It looks good.
It looks really good. It looks amazing.
Looks real good.
Excited for Halo 5.
So get your pre-orders in. If you pre-order now, you get like, I don't know, you get the opportunity to pay first to get a special helmet. Right?
Actually, I think if you pre-order, you get the Agent. What's the other guy?
Locke.
Agent Locke skin for multiplayer.
Nice.
You pre-order for GameStop right now. Get your pre-orders in. Hashtag hunt the truth.
I heard GameStop is starting to buy back old consoles again.
I did read that. That's kind of interesting. Like old, like Super Nintendo, like old consoles.
What does that mean?
That means that there's a lot of them out there, or they're apparently like retro shops are doing well, or they want to get into like eBay.
Would you ever consider getting one of like those, those Retron things?
Yeah,
to
totally.
Play like every old cartridge that there is, pretty much, and has ports for every single old controller.
Yes,
that's what it is.
It's a Retron.
I know you know what it is.
The newest Retron's Retron 5 that has it has a NES, Famicom, Super Famicom, Super Nintendo, Genesis, Game Boy Advance, and
slots.
That might be it. Mega Drive, maybe. Yeah, the different slots, and then on the sides it has places where you can plug in the original controllers too. And it all runs off of like, it's actually there's a little bit of controversy right now. And if you can find one, it might be time to get one because I don't know much longer they're going to be on sale.
Like licensing stuff, or
yeah, they and it's not licensing with any of the old cartridges or anything. It's licensing because they actually stole some of those emulators and just put them in there without like permission. So there's like some stolen code within
but you still need the cartridge, or do you not need the cartridges?
You do need the cartridges.
Oh.
But
it doesn't run off ROMs though. Or can you run it off ROMs?
I don't know that actually. I don't know if it has like an SD slot in it somewhere that you could just dump a bunch of.
That would make sense.
Or like a USB port or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. Or maybe they figure since, that's just a computer then at that point. So
my original question, though, would you ever consider buying one of those?
I would totally, because the number one thing is I have all this video capture equipment, but none of it works on old stuff.
And this would.
And that would, because just HDMI.
HDMI out, yeah.
So that'd be like my number one reason.
Or you can just use an emulator on your computer.
Or you can just use an emulator on your computer. Or you can go really crazy. And I've looked into this too. You can get there's a converter box from Japan called I think it's Mini RGB, or it's called the FrameMeister, and it upscales old like video game consoles for HD screens, but it's $400. So I have not swung that yet because that's a little bit out of my price range of what I want to do for that. So yeah, I think the Retron's a cool little thing. I wish it was a little cheaper, but
how much are they?
They're like $120-ish, I think. Last time I checked.
Or you can just play.
I can just pay on
emulators for free.
Yeah. How do we get on? Oh, because of.
I don't know. I don't know how we get on any of the subjects that we talk about in the show. It just kind of happens.
That was a popular thing. I've been playing Bloodborne on and off.
Bloodborne
is a game. I've never played a Souls game. So this is my first
demons and
entry into From Software Souls type games. I actually own a copy of.
It's pretty easy, right? That's what I hear.
Dark Souls, and I've never played it.
Super easy, right? Beating like a day, an afternoon.
So I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's a weird game, and maybe this is like what the Souls games have kind of always been. Yeah. Gonna adjust my microphone here real quick.
We're both adjusting.
Get a sip
of water.
Get in real deep.
Here we go.
For this. Oh God.
I click. Or, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm gonna take a drink now.
Okay. So, have you ever played a Souls game? You've ever gone into this? This
That's
weird
not my type of deal.
So, I don't know.
That's too much of a commitment.
I don't know if it is. I mean, I'm only on the third boss. I haven't played that much. I played maybe 5 hours or so, give or take. It's really hard to play because you can't pause. Any enemy can kill you. And I just don't have like the time. It's been kind of like a time commitment. It hasn't been a like it's extremely difficult commitment. It's been more of just like, hey, I have a kid. I can't pause this game.
He's sleeping up there right now.
I can't do anything. I could be playing right now, but I'm recording a podcast.
Literally, if you
don't
almost unplug. There's a baby monitor over here.
You could unplug it. It has a battery in it, but
you mean how advanced?
It's not. That's pretty normal.
No, it's a joke. So I could talk to.
Don't talk to the baby.
There's a talk button. I can talk to Jack right now.
Please don't.
Jack, I love you. I didn't talk to him.
So, I mean, basically, here's the game. Is that
here it is.
It's an open world game, and it's very explory, which reminds me
of
like
a Guillermo del Toro movie.
It reminds me of like Symphony of the Night, where it's kind of like a big open map that you kind of explore and go through and kill enemies until you get to a boss, and kind of rinse and repeat. And enemies will spawn when you go back to that area. You're always kind of looking for a save point, right, to get your, to save where you're at. It definitely brings back those kind of feelings for me, which is good because I love Symphony of the Night. It's one of my favorite games of all time. But it's a lot of like grinding through and leveling up, which was a little bit in Symphony of the Night, but it wasn't this bad. It's a lot of like, there's a beginning area with like a street with a bunch of like just normal guys that aren't really that hard if you slow down and take your time. But it's the balance of hey, if I slow down and take my time and meticulously knock all these guys out, then I can go back to like the main hub world, level up, go back to there, meticulously go through those guys again.
I heard Jackson.
Oh, did you make a little noise? Yeah. Why are you talking to him?
I'm gonna hold him up to the microphone.
Meticulously go through those guys again, get a little deeper in the area, maybe deeper down the street to like a bigger enemy, die or maybe kill that guy, come back, go a little bit further, come back, and it's a lot of like just back and forth.
He doesn't want to be a star.
It's a lot of grinding, which once you, and it's kind of frustrating. It's kind of slow.
I heard that you got to get past the first, like, how many hours before it actually.
Well, I actually got past. Fun. I would say the first 2 hours. Once you get past the second boss, it got really fun for me. Once you kind of get your bearings and understand the rules of the game, and kind of understand. That's another thing is like nothing's explained in the game. Like the first guy you're supposed to die on, there's like a big werewolf guy and you're unarmed, and then you go to like the hub world, which is called like the Hunter's Dream, and you get some weapons.
What's this basement?
And then you go back to that first wolf again.
Fuck that wolf.
And I thought, oh well, I got the weapons. I'm equipped with the weapons, and then I start swinging, and I'm like karate chopping this wolf, which doesn't do anything.
Come on, die.
And then the wolf kills me.
Well, of course he did.
And then I figure, oh, well, I have to equip the weapons. I didn't know that because it didn't say any. There's no, like, do this to equip weapons.
You should know everything in this game already.
Yeah.
Play.
And I don't. I have no idea about anything in that game. So it's also, like, learning the system and stuff. But I feel like once I've kind of gotten through some of that, like, grind and just kind of learning how the game works, it started to get fun. And like once I got to like the first boss was like a thrill to beat because I feel like I accomplished something. And the second boss was easier to get to because I had the experience. And then I think it took me only twice to kill the second boss. And now I'm on the third boss. Actually, I'm looking. I'm not officially on him yet. I know where he is.
Yeah.
I haven't gone back. I've like cleared the area where he is like 3 or 4 times, but I haven't actually gotten to the door. It's like I know where it is. It's another one of those games too where it also helps to like go on the internet and look for a map and like all that kind of stuff. There's no map.
Guide out.
There's no map even in the game. But it was definitely like the first 2 hours. I was like, this game sucks. I don't know what the fuck people are talking about. I was almost like debating on returning it. And then I beat that first boss, and it kind of like opened up for me. I was like, oh, I get it. I know what this game is. So now it's just a moment of like stop playing Destiny for a little bit, and like going through it and doing it. Yeah, put the Destiny down, which I still can't seem to do for some reason. I'm still playing a lot of Destiny. But I want to go back to it.
Would you say you're addicted to Destiny?
I wouldn't say I'm addicted. I think there's like a bunch of hooks in it that I actually enjoy. Like Iron Banner comes up next weekend, and I want a full set of Iron Banner gear. And
who doesn't?
I'm 2 pieces away, out of the 5. So next week is pretty much Iron Banner focus for me.
My whole next week.
Taking
the week off work
is just Iron Banner.
Iron Banner. I don't even know what that means.
It's it's the multiplayer event that happens once every 2 or 3 weeks.
So like Hunger Games?
It's not like Hunger Games. That
was a stretch. I wasn't expecting that one to hit, actually.
Basically, you're like, it's specifically like grinding rep just from this one playlist. And the only way to get rep from that playlist is to win.
I'm glad that you gave it thought about, is it like Hunger Games? Like it took a half a second at least.
Well, no, because there's going to be this thing in the next expansion, the House of Wolves, which comes out May 19th, which they just recently announced.
Get it, your local online retailer.
There's a new multiplayer event called the Trials of Osiris, which sounds like maybe kind of, it's like an online
like a metal album.
It's like an online tournament from what has kind of been explained. There hasn't been a ton of stuff out yet about it. Bungie's been doing these weekly, every Tuesday streams, starting this past Tuesday, up to the House of Wolves.
You never miss it, do you?
And I think in 2 weeks is the Trials of Osiris. So that should be interesting.
Sweet.
Yeah, but Bloodborne is... I've been kind of bummed out because there hasn't been a new like 2D Castlevania, Metroidvania game. So this kind of fills that void. It's kind of like the next kind of step, evolution of that kind of system. At least I feel like. So that's fun, and it's fun and exciting.
Newer PS4 game that I'm thinking of that's kind of Castlevania-esque.
Are you thinking of Axiom Verge?
Yes. Have you tried that yet?
I haven't tried it yet. I'm waiting for it. It's supposed to come out on Vita. And I feel like that would be kind of a better spot for that for me, just to play it. So I'm waiting for that. But yeah, Shovel Knight just came out too on PS4 and Vita.
Give that a go.
So I wanna give that a try.
It's fun.
Yeah, I've played a little bit of Shovel Knight, but not a ton. So I wanna get back in that and play
away.
that.
My favorite of those games in recent memory is Guacamelee. Guacamelee is great.
Yeah, I had fun with that. I think that game was
Shadow
great.
Complex. That's
I
a
never
while
played that.
back. It's good.
I own it, but I never played it. I just got it for something. I can't
It's good.
remember.
It's fun. Good times.
Yeah.
I'm good at Olli, Ryan.
Oh yeah, you are.
I don't know if we ever talked about that, or if we talked about it in the last. Did we mention that in the last episode? I don't even remember.
I don't think we've recorded since.
I'm like world ranked on Xbox One in Olli. Not Olli 2.
Who knew?
Welcome to Olliwood. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I think it's what it's called. For whatever. Is there a reason behind them just releasing Olli 1 like a month or so back on Xbox One, like after they released Olli 2 on PS4?
I don't know the
just
specifics.
Slow to the game. I mean, I don't know what the deal is.
I would assume, whenever something dumb like that, it's because of a legal reason. So,
I don't like it. I don't know how many people are actually playing it on Xbox One.
Yeah.
But I'm about top 5 in the world, so that's kind of cool. I have like a world record on one of the levels. I think that's kind of neat.
Let's go to Olli Olli.
And
Olli 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 Olli.
Yeah, how would you explain Olli Olli? It's like
it's a 2D puzzle platformer that involves skateboarding.
Perfect. Thank you, Ryan.
It's kind of like a skill-based, twitchy puzzle.
I want to stream that too. There's things that I want to stream. Especially, like I gave Olli Olli 2 last week when we were here, when I was here for a little visit. We had like a little fun night. I got like
had a dinner party.
It was
or a friend fun night, as we like to call it.
I call it a friend fun night. Where we all ate food and hung out.
Sounds like a dinner party, but whatever you want.
It's a friend fun night, right? Dinner party. That's maybe when you reach your 30s, you call it a dinner party.
I guess so.
I got to play Olli Olli 2 on your PS4 for literally 20, to a half hour. And I was doing pretty good. I mean, there's way more people out in the world that are playing that on PlayStation than Xbox, I imagine.
I mean, it was... was it free? It was free.
It's free on PS Plus.
So,
yep. So I got like top 50 on a couple levels. So I feel pretty good about that.
That's really good, I think.
And with only playing it for like a half hour, I want my hands on it. I need to get a PS4 so I can play that. I don't know why that game clicked with me. I super addicted to it. It's super fun. Like it's one of those games that is very difficult, but in the same vein, it's so quick. It to just kind of reset from where you're from. If you fail, you just hit one button, you're back at the top of the hill.
Yeah,
you're going
you're doing it
again. And it really loads quick, and it's all about having that perfect run. So it's super fun. Like I can spend hours just on one level trying to get, like, even if you land a run well and you get a good score, you're like, I know I could have done that one little section a little bit better, so I'm going to go back and try it again. And that's the hook. That's what really gets you, because you can always do better as you go through it. And Olli Olli 2 throws into, there's like reverts and manuals, so you can combo out the entire level that wasn't in Olli Olli 1.
Yeah.
So, yeah, super fun. I love that game. I'm jealous. I wish it was on Xbox One or even PC. I'd take PC at this point. Just let me play it.
Let you Ollie.
Let me Ollie. Because I guess I'm good.
Who knew?
He's gotta be good at something.
Might as well be Ollie Ollie.
Might as well be Ollie Ollie.
I think those guys, Roll 7 is the name of that studio.
Yeah.
I think they're from like the UK. I don't think they're Americans.
That's okay.
That's okay.
We can be from different places.
I'm just saying, it's
that's cool.
Yeah. When I think of like,
my foot's asleep now.
And maybe it's just me being a dumb American. Oh, like it's called Hollywood. When I think of like skateboarding, I think of like SoulCal, like dudes and bros and stuff like that.
Bro, Tony
So
Hawk.
I think it's kind of interesting that we get kind of I don't want to say an outsiders, but a perspective differently from what we typically would get.
Yeah, and it's all stick based.
I'm terrible at like stick based games. I don't know what it is.
The whole game. Well, you have to hit. There's certain buttons like you have to hit A, like how it's different than like a skate or a Tony Hawk, where you just land a trick. This you have to time your landing, and you hit like on the Xbox One controller that I'm holding throughout this whole show. You hit A at the
determined to hold through the whole show.
You hit A like right before you land, and it judges the timing of the landing that you're hitting. Like if I hit A really close, I'll get a perfect landing, and it'll get my combo up and my score up. If I hit it maybe a little bit early, it'll give me, say it's okay. It'll give you a little less of a score. If you don't hit it at all, it pretty much ruins your chain. It gives you some points, but it's pretty much ruined at that point. And that's when I restart at the top of the hill. So in that regard, I think it's a lot you got to train your brain. Because if you played Tony Hawk your whole life, it's like totally like different in that way that you got to, not only do you have to perform the trick, but you have to also perform the landing. It's kind of fun. Try it.
Give it a whirl.
Is it free anymore, or is it that's probably done? I would
think
imagine.
That was last month. I think. I don't.
Go to your local online retailer. Check it out.
Local PSN store.
Olli 2, PS4.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't know if it's. I think it's on Vita too.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
For those of you that have a Vita, I don't know too many people besides him, but if you do have one, go check it out. If you have Xbox One, you're stuck playing Olli 1 like I am. Sorry.
It's all right.
Try to beat some of my scores. They're pretty good.
Try it.
I dare you.
What?
So where we at, Ryan?
Over an hour.
Okay. You want to wrap it up? Or you got anything else you want to share with the world? Anything else you want to lay down?
I can't think of anything. Can't think of anything.
I'm trying really hard. I can't.
I mean, from a video game perspective, I can't. I just been playing a lot. Way too
Anything
much.
else you're excited about? Anything coming up?
I mean, Destiny House of Wolves is May 19th.
Anything that people care about, Ryan?
No. I don't really know. Yeah,
Avengers is coming out, Ryan.
Avengers is coming out.
That's fun.
Cool.
Oh, I hear Jackie.
He's making a little noise.
There's a Star Wars trailer. That was awesome.
That was great.
Han Solo, Chewbacca. Oh, he's starting to cry.
Oh, he's a little sadder.
Jax.
Oh.
He's part of the show. Okay, well that. Jackson says
that
it's
means
time to
it's
wrap
done.
up. If you like our show, and why wouldn't you? We're great people. You could check out other shit like we've already mentioned. YouTube.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
What's wrong with you?
Like that's maybe that's a reason not to like us.
Yeah.
Check us out, youtube.com/fewbitspodcast, twitch.tv/fewbits when we stream Olli 2 and Mortal Kombat. I'm pretty much doing that to force Ryan's hand. Twitter, a few bits, Facebook, a few bits. I'm at Coltix on Twitter. Ryan is at Ryan Hank. I like saying it that way.
Ryan Hank.
Fewbits.com. We're out there in the world, so I'll post the proposal in the show notes.
Yeah.
I believe it was episode two. It's the latest one, but I think it was 248 of MBMBaM. It's called Bumblefoot. There's a question in the show about someone getting offended being called Bumblefoot.
And I think your proposal is actually around the 48-minute mark.
It's like 46 minutes
46
in.
minutes.
Yeah, you can listen to me propose to Meredith, and you can hear me be real nervous.
Oh, man.
It's super exciting.
Yep,
we're sleepy. The kid fell back asleep, but he's still...
You never know.
He could explode at any second.
Being a dad is a 24/7 job. I don't know if you know that. I don't got time for them video games.
All right. Bye, world. Till next time.